Good to see everybody. What a good day. It's a good day. It's a Tuesday in Salt Lake City. It's getting cooler and it's beautiful weather. I'll tell you what, oh, I don't have time to show you this. Okay, that's okay. I'll show you next time. All right, so today's topic, I always want to come prepared with a theme or a topic or something that'll help you make more money. The focus on these calls is production. It's how do we make more money? Is everybody okay with that concept? Like whenever I think about what I'm going to talk about each Tuesday, I always think about, all right, what are the shortcuts? What are the things that if you implement and you do consistently will guarantee additional income? I call it predictable greatness. I believe that greatness is predictable. Let me fix my camera. Just like I believe average is predictable. And that if we track and we measure the right things, we can get a predictable response. Let me encourage everybody to turn your video on. I want to see y'all so I can see your smiling faces. We've talked about a lot of different topics in these weeks so far. We've talked about ABCs of lead management. We've talked about our 3-2-1s. We've talked about daily success habits. How many of you are actually doing any of the work or sharing it with people that you're seeing actually it's starting to move the needle? Who's doing the work? This is a great video. This is great, Gary, to look at everybody's faces, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to give you a deep thought. You remember Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy on Saturday Night Live? They used to have those deep thoughts and they'd come up with these random thoughts. Here's your deep thought from Verl. What is the value of increased knowledge if your actions and behaviors are not altered as a result of that knowledge? I love Kathy. She's gave me the goose egg. Right. And so you invest time to be on a call. You have entrusted your leaders that they're going to put you on a roadmap or give you guidance that'll lead you to a greater level of success. And then they give you knowledge or they impart wisdom that is proven, and then you don't do anything with it. And then you'll look back and say, I really wish I would have done something with that. I don't want you to live your life with any regrets. I want you to feel like I just want you to go all in. In the Workman family, in our coaching group, in our culture, we talk about doing things the Workman way. And a lot of people say, well, I like the concept, but I'm gonna do it my way. But they don't take the time to actually adapt it or change it or edit it or do it their way. So their way is no way at all. And so I'm going to tell you that the people that we coach and the people that are implementing the strategies that I share with you are selling 100, 200, 300, 400, as many as 500 and 600 homes a year. They're doing hundreds of millions in business. And so here's what I tell a new client. If a new client comes on board with Workman and they're saying, hey, I'm at 50 million, I want to go to 100 million. I say, well, great. So I'm only going to give you things that people at 100 million are doing. And instead of trying to figure out how you're going to make that work for your business, I just want you to do it my way until you hit 100 million, and then we'll do it your way. And then I'll tell your story and we'll share it with everybody else. So can I encourage you that if you're not performing at the level that I'm sharing you that these insider secrets are doing that are being coached and spending big bucks to be coached, if you're not doing the level that they are, can I just challenge you to just get into it and do it? And just do it the Workman way. Just do it my way until you get to that level. Like I'm going to share with you a system today that closes 86 transactions a year, working with 50 people, 1 hour a day, and it has a zero cost associated with it. Raise your hand if you're currently closing 86 deals a year on referrals only in your business. All right, so David, can I just ask, just do it the Workman way? Because we know if you follow the system, you get a predictable result. I even wrote a book on it. So we'll just focus on that. So I'm going to give it to you today, but I just want you to get into it and just do it. Just do it the Workman way and just prove to me after doing it for a year that it doesn't work. Come back and say, so no, Verl, that sucked. I only did 50 deals. And I'm going to high five you all the way to the bank because that's 50 more than you're currently doing by not doing it, by not following the system. Daily success habits are game changers, but if they don't work if you don't do them. So here you go. So I'm going to give you, I'm going to give this to you. Let's go share first. And I'm going to give you the top 50. So in our new book, Raving Referrals for Real Estate, you can get it on Amazon. If you haven't got a copy of this yet, I'm encourage you to go do it because I break down this system and I tell lots of stories of people who are actually implementing, running, and doing the system and how they do it. But in the book, it references a book I wrote several years ago called 8651. And I'm a student of greatness, Frank. I love to find people who are doing it better than me and just copy them. And I remember flying out to Mike Parker's business in Kentucky, and I sat down with Mike and I said, Mike, man, you got this crazy referral business. What are you doing? And he had this little like recipe card box. And in his box, he had 50 names. And he says, every month I call personally and I try and go to lunch or get coffee or have a personal touch with all 50 of these people. And they become my referral machine. I get like, I don't know, 80, 90 deals a year out of this 50 group of 50. I'm like, that's brilliant. Can I copy that? And he says, yeah, you can. And so together we wrote this ebook. I'm going to give you copies of this today. I'll give it to everybody. This 8651 ebook, and it's how to close 86 deals a year, working with 50 people 1 hour a day. So first, I'm going to teach you the concept. The concept is you have to make a list of the 50 people in your life who are most likely to give you one referral a year. Does that seem like a big ask? 50 people who you can activate that you can count on for one referral a year. And it's like if I were to call Frank and say, Frank, you know lots of people that are in real estate. I don't need all of your referrals, but from time to time, can you throw me a bone? Can I count on you for one a year of somebody who's going to buy or sell a house? What would you say to that? I love that you're looking for your mute button.
Sure.
Frank, you'd say, okay, right?
Right.
Yeah. So my favorite subject line in an email or my favorite line when you're making a phone call to your top 50 is, hey, will you do me a favor? Most people are good people and they'll do you a favor. Will you do me a favor? Hey, when real estate comes up, I've got some things that I'm working on. They're really making a difference for people who are wanting to buy and sell in this challenging market. Would you mind just giving me a name or number and I'll follow up with them and make sure they have all the information they need to do the right thing for their family? Like, I don't care if they use me or not. I'll just give it to them. I want to share with people. So we're going to use the do me a favor. We're going to activate our database and we're going to make a list of the 50 people. I'm going to give you a system for this too. Because remember, I say that anything you do 3 times, you always want to have a system for it. So I'm going to give you the top 50 tracker. It's actually a Google sheet that tracks your top 50. And you'll make a list of all 50 people. And I want you to do your calling from your top 50 sheet. And then you're going to track their name, their phone number, their email address. And then we're also going to track all of the calls you make. Every time you make a touch, I want you to track the touch. I want you to have a personal touch with all 50 of them every single month. A personal touch is everything except an email or a text message. Those don't count. I want you to call, go to dinner, go to lunch. These could be your friends, your family members, your sorority. It could be kids, could be parents on your kids' soccer teams. It could be the people in your church group, the people that are involved in giving back to the community. Think about all the vendors you have in your life, all the people you refer business to, painters, contractors. I think about like all of the people that I refer business to in my real estate business that have never given you a referral back. It's time to what I call activate the list. We're going to activate it. We're going to activate it by you're going to, and in the outline of the book, I'm going to teach you. You have one personal call every month. You serve, not sell. Then you let them know you're counting on them for at least one referral a year. They're in a special group called your top 50. You're going to have social calls with them where you're just calling to see how their family is. But once a month, you're going to call them and you're going to just flat out ask, who do you got? Stacy, come on, that's a fun call. Hey, I'm just calling, I'm just making my list. Who you got? Who's brought up real estate recently that I should follow up with? I'm just counting on you for one a year. And here's what I've learned. I've learned that when you start making these dials and calls, you don't just get like 50 people that give you one. You end up with 40 that give you 5 or 6. You end up with 4 or 5 that ghost you and you never talk to them again, and you take them off your list or replace them with new people. And so at the end of the year, I'm going to have you hold a client appreciation event, and we invite everybody from your top 50 that gave you at least one referral, and you celebrate them. You make a big deal about it. Other things we teach you is we teach you to, when they give you a referral, to make sure you communicate with them on how they're moving forward, what they're doing. We also make sure that you give them a reward of some kind. Give them a gas card, whatever's legal. You want to make sure that you reward them and celebrate them with a referral, whether they bought or sold or not. You have to do something that lets them know you appreciate it. I love movie tickets and a popcorn bucket and a couple of drinks. Like, you give them something that a date night or something they can use for fun, and say, hey, let's go together. Let me know when you want to use this. Like, do something where you establish and build strong relationships, and then follow the tracker. So we're going to make the calls. We're going to track them, you can see I can look at your top 50 tracker, and at the top it calculates the percent of touches you have every month until you get 100% across the board. If you don't know where to start, get your phone out, start with the A's, and then do the B's, and then do the C's, and just go through the list. Pretty soon what's going to happen is you're going to have 50, you'll probably never have 50 people. You'll probably have a great group of 30 to 40 people who are constantly your raving fans that are sending you business. How many of you believe that if you took 50 people and you intentionally trained them how to give you referrals, you serve them, not sell them, and you let them know you're counting on them for at least one, how many of you believe you would actually get more referral business if you do this? Like, is there any doubt that your business will increase? By the way, we also, if you'll look at the bottom of my sheet, we also teach top 50 business referrals, top 50 agent referrals for agents outside of your market. As you're building your worldwide organizations, you should be thinking about who are the agents that I can refer business to and receive referrals from that are constantly moving people in and out of my areas. I have a top 50 list of agents that I constantly am looking for people moving to their areas that I focus on giving referrals. You get by giving. And so you give business and you get business, but you activate it. When you give a referral, say, I'm giving this to you, and I'm going to, with an agent, there's a referral fee associated with it, but also I want you to know that I'm counting on you for one back. Is that fair? Like, let's help each other grow our businesses. All right. So I hear a lot of people say, oh, my business is all referrals. Patricia, have you ever thought that? Like your business is mostly referrals? No, good for you. You're a prospector. I love that. When people say their business is all referrals, I often say, that's awesome. How many people are in your database? Go in the chat real quick. Here, I'm going to go off share for just a minute. Everybody go in the chat. Tell me how many people you have in your database. How many people are in your CRM, in your phone contact list? Does anybody know? Like, I want to know your number. I've heard 10,000. I've seen 5,000, 3,500. Good job, Kim. 9,000 in my phone. Tom, love that, man. 3,000. Okay. Now, the next number I want you to put in is how many referrals have you gotten in the last 12 months out of that database? Tom, Kim, Hector's got 5,400 contacts. How many referrals? Not enough. Whatever the number is not enough. 5. I love that. Okay. Let me give you the number. 7%. 7% of the people in your database will move every year. So if you take your number, yep, you take a number, Joanne's got a 4,500 in her database. Let's just do the math on that. And we say, okay, so what does that mean? What does that mean? 4,500 at 7% is 315. So Joanne, you've done 5, right? The 315 you didn't do last year is not money that's going to come back next year. That is lost income.
It's sad.
It's sad. But would you say that you have a business that runs pretty well on referrals?
Yeah.
Do you follow anybody's referral program?
I've actually implemented a referral program this year in February. So I have been putting more effort into tracking. So yeah.
Look, I'm a big Brian Buffini fan. I love Brian Buffini. I think what he teaches about referrals is great. However, most of the people I talk to that are in the program are getting 7 to 10 referrals from their database of 2,000. And so while it's maybe a by referral only business, you're leaving boatloads of money on the table. And I'm here to tell you, it's not about going out and finding new business. It's stop losing the business that you should be getting, Kenny, because these people already know you, like you, and trust you. So let's be contacting the people that we have relationships with already. But just so you know, Joanne, that's 3.15 million in lost income. Like, even if I'm smoking crack and I'm full of crap,
right.
What if my number was half and it was only 1.25 million?
Even a third, 25%. What's
right.
that? Yeah.
It's game changing. And so when I talk about sales mastery and I'm teaching you concepts or principles, the first goal is to lead. We lead with revenue, not expense. How do we find money in our database without going out and buying leads from Zillow Flex or from all the other resources? We have teams that do all of those things, spend thousands and thousands of dollars, 40% referral fees to Zillow Flex. And if all they did is work their database, they would make 10 times the money with half the effort. I know that people that refer business to you, they're less likely to shop you, they're more profitable, they're happy during the transaction process. Like I would prefer to work with those people. Tom, you agreeing with me on this? Oh my gosh, it's like a breath of fresh air. Okay, so let me go back to my share real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna give you a couple more thoughts and we'll wrap it up. Okay, we talked about top 50 tracker and tracking it. Okay, so here's the questions you need to ask. Like, if I ever have a conversation with you and you tell me you're struggling financially, or you have people in your organization that are struggling financial, I'm going to ask you these questions. Do you have a list of top 50 that know that you're counting on them for one referral a year? If the answer is no, you can't whine to me you're not making any money because you're not doing the work. If you have that, you'll make money. Second thing, do they know you expect 1/3? Am I doing a personal touch with them every month? And if it's not, oh, hang on. I wanted to do this like this. That looks better like that. Can you see my full screen? Are y'all seeing my share?
Hey, I was just
Yeah, we see it.
Okay, good.
finishing up on
Okay.
this. Are you watching this?
Okay, the next slide says, am I closing 80 plus deals a year for my top 50? If the answer is no, keep working it this way until you do. Another great question to ask all of you is, am I receiving all the referrals that are available from my database, my clients, my friends, and my community? And then am I following 3-2-1s that Verl taught me a couple of weeks ago? If you don't know what that is, you better go find that recording because it was really good. And then last, a couple of other things that we'll talk on about another deal is, am I doing open houses on steroids? This is another theme we're going to talk about. And do I close 1.5 buy sides for every listing that I generate? There are specific numbers that we know in business that if you're not converting at those numbers, we can fix it. And so our goal as a coaching company is to come in and figure out where you're leaving money on the table, put real systems in place so that we can plug those holes, and then we automate those processes, and then we follow up consistently until we have the machine that is just running and cranking. All right, make sure that if you're not a Workman Insider, that you go in and you use the QR code. If you've already done this, you don't need to do it again. And then I'll give you whatever resources or tools I'm going to give away. Today, I'm going to give away the top 50 system and the tracker. And so in order for you to be able to have that, and by the way, when I give this to you, I actually want you to share it. Like I'm giving it to you, and I'm giving you permission to share it with the people that you care about. So if you have people in your business or in your organization that you want to help, this is one of the fastest way to help them. If you want to build the attraction side of your business, there is no single thing you can do that's more attractive than success. When you are kicking butt and you're making money and there's signs in yards, you are an attraction magnet. But when you don't have any money and you're trying to tell people to come join you, it's really hard to talk them into it because of the back end rev share. So be successful. I call it getting your house in order. Let's get your house in order so that you're cranking as a business so you can build your organization. Does that make sense? And then that house in order is the example on how to do it right, as you then set the standard for how to build your organization long term. And that's how you build your long-term wealth. Real estate funds your growth in every other area of your life, including investments and other things. So, all right, I'll open up the last minute or so for any questions that anybody has on the top 50. What do you guys think? Is this one you're going to do? Let's go, Tom.
Yeah, Verl, this is awesome. I've got a question as I was thinking this through. I've heard this top 50 before, but the phrase you used is, hey, Verl, I'm expecting you to give me at least one referral a year. I need your coaching on this because that just feels really awkward. And I'm not opposed to being awkward or feeling uncomfortable because that's how you grow. However, it seems if you were to call me and say that, hey, Tom, I'm expecting this from you, I'd be like, Verl, I'm not really responsible for your success. So if I think of someone, great, but for you to expect me to do something, I don't know if I'm down with that.
Yeah,
So
I don't like that dialogue. Did I say that?
it sounded, forgive me if
I think I used the word counting on.
I'm counting. Okay.
Which is very different. So Tom, I'm going to call you first. I'm in the book. I teach you that you have 2 or 3 calls where you just, let's do forward. Tell me about your family. Tell me about your work. What's going well? How can I help? like family, occupation, recreation, dreams. That's the Ford dialogue. And so I use
Right.
my Ford dialogue to develop the relationship, and if I'm calling past clients, it's it's apology dialogue. Look, I haven't done a very good job staying in touch. And, I gave you 5-star service and I love that you love your house. And then I just kind of went away and I just want to apologize for that and do a better job going forward. Is it okay if I reach out to you from time to time and just check in? So the first thing I want to do is get permission to start an engagement. And then I'm going to say, Tom, I've got this group. I call it my top 50. And these are like my top 50 people that really know I do a great job in real estate. And that when real estate comes up, they mention me. And I know you've done that a few times in the past. I may not know about it, but I'm sure you do. Would it be okay if I put you on my top 50 list of the top 50 people that I'm counting on to just give me one referral a year? So that when real estate comes up, and I'll teach you how to do it, you just mention my name and then give me a name of a phone number or an email that I can follow up with them. Would that be cool with you?
Sure. If I think of
Okay.
someone, yeah, I'd be happy to give them to you.
Great. And if you don't, then that's okay too. And I'm just going to reach out from time to time and just ask you if anyone's popped up. And so I'm going to also reach out and just make sure you're doing all right. And if there's anything I can ever do for you, can I count on you to reach out and ask?
Sure.
Great. Okay. Whether it's challenging your taxes or you need an idea of a vendor or whatever. And then the other thing is every time I'm reaching out to people, I'm showing up with something of value that I can give them, like an interest rate buy down, or I'm going to talk about how we're getting people off the sidelines, or how you can take advantage of your 2.5% mortgage and still sell your house and make money on the mortgage that you sell to somebody else who buys your home. Like I've got programs and systems that people have never heard of, and I always want to show up with something and go, whoa, I didn't know you could do that. Like there's all kinds of things. And so I've got lists of things that we do with our clients that we share with everybody that helps them with those touches. And there's a list of ideas and touches on the tracker that I'm going to send you. There's actually initiatives and things you can do, holiday greetings, things like that. So, Tom, I don't ever want you to say I'm expecting you to give me anything for my business. I want to earn the right to ask.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So,
Can I ask the second half of that question?
yep.
Is it bad? I ran into someone last night leaving a restaurant. She said, "Hey, aren't you Tom the realtor?" And I was like, "Who's asking?" And she was really cool. She came to my open house 2 weeks ago, and in Cotavere she met me, and great lady. And she said, "Hey," and she sent one of her friends there, and I said, "Thank you for sending her. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned anybody that you send my way that buys a home or sells a home with me. You've got to get a huge gift certificate to your favorite restaurant coming your way." And her boyfriend was with her, and he was like, right on. So is that a bad thing to mention to people when you're putting them in your top 50? Because it's like I'm a what forgive me, I don't want to can I count on you for this? There's a give and take, or that I don't want it to sound transactional, but I want to bless them and reward them for thinking of me. And that a lot of people
So
get motivated by that. Is that not what we want to
it's
include?
not bad because it's better than nothing, right? But what I like better is rewarding them for giving you the referral, whether they buy or sell or not. And so
Okay.
a more appropriate response in that scenario would have been, oh my gosh, let me make sure I have your contact information so I can properly thank you for that referral.
And that's all you say?
Yep. And then you get the number, and then you used to send them something and say, I appreciate you so much. And then you
Okay.
might call them again the next month and say, you did a really good job. I've got 17 other things. Who else you know? And then send them something that's a thank you. I mean, I've got people in California that have their own bottles of wine labeled. I've got people that do movie tickets. Now, if you send something about you, that's marketing. If you send
Right.
something that's of value to them, that's gratitude. And so I
Right.
want you to think about when you give something to be genuinely grateful. Show gratitude. I think having gratitude is saying thanks. Showing gratitude is making an effort to personalize the thing that you're saying thank you with. And so one of my core values is show gratitude. You'll see it on my core values back here. You'll see it says right here, show gratitude. Because I don't want my people just to say thank you. It's our core values that everybody has on their desk. So we actually demonstrate how do we show it. So if you're new to a state and you don't know a lot of people, Patricia, then your goal should be to build your top 50 list. Put yourself in situations where you go meet people. I have a client, Brooke Sines, who moved from Michigan to North Carolina, and within 1 year, she built another 7-figure team in North Carolina, not knowing anybody. She started a mom's reading group. She created a walking neighborhood group. She just started to connect with people that were like her that she wanted to bring together. Pickleball is the great connector. Like start putting yourself in a situation with doing what you love to connect with people. And you know, when you master the art of conversation, for example, when Tom says, Verl, how you doing? I say, I'm doing great. How are you? And then we're going through Ford. I go, tell me what's up with work. I ask you about your occupation. What do you do? He tells me, and then he responds with, how about you? And I say, I'm blessed. I'm helping a lot of people take advantage of the incredible deals that are in today's market. Why do you ask? Like the way you answer a simple question, like how's real estate, changes the outcome. And so think about how we practice and what we say. You know, Michael Phelps spends a lifetime in the pool getting ready. When he won his 8 gold medals, he spent less than 8 minutes actually performing. How much time do you spend getting ready and practicing your scripts and your dialogues so that when it's game time, you can perform at the highest level? It's a great way to think about it, isn't it? Like when you're in the pool, 1 second, you know, you're doing 8 seconds. You're like, boom, 8 minutes, less than 8 minutes in the pool. Anyway. All right, I got to go. Thank you for a great call today. Love the engagement from everybody. I hope I answered your questions. Go out there and kill it. 8651. Can't wait till next Tuesday. Can't wait to see what we talk about next. There's going to be a lot. See y'all.
Thanks, Verl.
You betcha.